Good day, ladies and gents. Today we're going to be doing constructions. So congruent segments. Here are the steps. Step one, you want to draw a ray. So we're already given this. So we're going to draw a ray. You want to make it longer than what you think it's going to be, just in case. So we're going to start right about here. And usually you put a letter there. All right, next, you're going to measure the original. So we put the needle on the spot that we already have. So if we copy paste, it'll be right here. So A is the spot we already have when we copy paste over here. So we're going to put the needle right there, and we're going to measure how long it is. So that's how long it is. Then with the same setting, you're going to mark the ray. So the needle was right here. We're going to copy paste, put the needle on the part that you already have. So go right here, and then you mark it. And notice it's curved, and if I continue on, it would make one big circle with the center being at that needle. And that's it. That right there is how you make a congruent segment. All right, next step. Okay, what about bisecting a line segment? So basically, here's the line segment. We're going to find the middle of this segment. So bisect means to cut, so make two equal sections. And we're cutting a line segment into two equal sections. So we're going to have a half a line equals half of a line. All right, so step one, at point A, so we have A to B. So at point A, we're going to measure 75%. And what they say is more than halfway is the words that they use, more than halfway. So zoom in a little bit. All right, so this is for bisecting a line segment. So more than halfway. So right about here. Right about there. And we are going to mark at the top and the bottom. So we're going to mark the top. And we're going to mark the bottom. Like that. Make that a little darker. There you go. Now you can actually see it. Sweet. Okay, so we mark the top and the bottom, and with that same setting, so we're not changing this right here, with the same setting, we're going to go to the other part, to the other point, and we are going to mark the top and bottom. And we're going to make those big enough so that we actually intersect. Those two need to intersect. There's there, and right there. All right, now that we have those intersections, we're going to draw a line through those two intersections. So we're going to use a straight edge. We have this intersection and this intersection, right there and there. We're going to draw a line through those. And that goes on forever and ever and ever. All right, so now, so we draw a line through those two intersections. Your last part is to mark that midpoint. And the awesome thing is that is a right angle. Well, it should be if I drew this correctly. Okay, so that's a right angle, and this side is equal to this side. And this right here is actually the midpoint. That is the midpoint of here to here. And that's actually a perpendicular bisector. So that's how we bisect a line segment. All right, so step one is to put the needle here. We measure more than halfway. We mark the top, we mark the bottom with that same setting. You go to the other point, you mark the top and you mark the bottom, and you draw a line through that intersection, through those two intersections. Okay, next one. What if we were copying an angle? So to copy an angle, so we're going to draw, so we have this angle right here, we're going to draw a brand new one down here. All right, so step one is you need somewhere to put it. So we're going to draw a ray first. So I drew a ray, and it just goes on forever and ever and ever. Okay, now we have this side. We need to know, we have to have an intersection to know where the other line would be. Is it down here or is it up here? That's what we're trying to figure out. Like, where is the other line, and we need an intersection. All right, so step one is to draw a ray, and we're going to be a little specific this time. We're going to mark that as X. So step one, draw a ray with the endpoint as X. Okay, step two, at point A. So from our original, we're going to put the needle at the part we already have. So we have X right here, so that's the same thing as A. All right, we're going to put our needle at A, and we're going to make a curve, so a big old arc that is going to crisscross both of the sides. So putting a point here, putting the needle right there, and we're going to make a big old curve, making sure that it crisscrossed both those sides. Then, with that same setting, you're going to draw a similar arc. So see that big arc? We're going to make the big arc down here as well. So we were at the needle, our needle was at point A, we're going to put the needle at point X, because that's what we have. And we're going to make a big old arc. Big enough that, that our intersection is going to be made. All right, so right now we have this point and this point. Right here and right here. The part that we're missing is up here. So now what we're going to do is triangulate. So really right now we're making a triangle. We have two sides of the triangle, 1, 2. So 1, and then this side is the same as this side. The only question is, how far is the third side so that meets? So we are going to measure this third side. That's the part we're missing. So we're going to measure from B to C, because we said earlier that when we drew this arc, this is your B and this is your C. It doesn't matter which one's which. We're going to measure from B to C. So we're going to put the needle at the part we have. So right now we have the part down here. So that's where this needle is going to go. And we're going to make the pencil go to the part that we're missing. So that would be at C. And then you're going to copy paste with that same setting, place the needle at Y, the part that we already have. And we are going to mark this top part. That's the part that we're missing. Okay, and then we're going to mark that as Z. Your final step is to draw a ray from X to Z, because we just finished triangulating. And there we go. And that looks the same as that. So let's go through the steps again. So step 1, draw a ray because you need somewhere to go. Step 2, put your needle at A and make an arc. Step 3, with that same setting, make a similar arc on the ray. Then step 4, we're going to triangulate. We're going to measure this third distance, copy paste, mark it onto your new one. And your final step is to draw a line through from your vertex through that intersection. And there you go. And that's us copying an array. And one more. Okay, bisect an angle. So we're going to cut this angle into 2 equal sections. So we're going to make cut it into 2 equal sections. So that would be a little angle equals a little angle. All right. So step 1, because we're drawing on here. Step 1, draw an arc. So that's the same thing as what we did a second ago. So draw an arc. So put your needle at B. We're going to draw an arc. Excellent. Now and we're going to label those as X and Y. All right, so now we're going to go to X. It doesn't matter if you go to X or Y. Go to X, and we are going to mark the interior. So somewhere in here, because we need an X somewhere in here. We need an intersection so we can draw a line through there, right? So we're going to draw a little arc right in here and make it big enough so that we can make an intersection. With that same setting, go to Y. So go to the same setting, go to Y, and we are going to mark the intersection right there. And if it's not big enough, go back to the other one and make the arc bigger so that you know that those two intersected. All right. And that is where they crisscrossed, and we're going to label that as Z. All right, your final step is to make a ray going from B through that intersection. So B through X. And that right there, we have this angle is equal to that angle. And that was the whole point. All right, hopefully that helped you out. Have a great and wonderful day.